Hey good people, welcome back to my channel. We have Christmas coming up and shortly after a new year, but before we get there, let's talk. Okay, so 2024 is around the corner and it has definitely snuck up on me a lot quicker than I would have liked it to, and we will get into that here in a minute. I mean, 2023 has just been like my plot twist year, as you guys know, because everything just turned in such a way that has literally knocked the absolute wind out of me. And 2019 was the same way as well. And I've just been off and on survival mode for the past 7 years of my life, and just the inconsistency drives me to an extent that is just crazy. It's beyond me. I am sincerely ready for 2023 to be over. I've had that same sentiment about every single year since 2017, 2018. I became a PK in 2017 and I was done with that year. Just all of the expectations from people, being a new PK, not being ready for, my parents' responsibility, you know what I'm saying? And then 2018, I was done with 2018 when Hurricane Michael happened. I was done with 2019 when I found out that my grandmother was going to die and I would have to get surgery. I was done with 2020 when the pandemic and shutdown happened. I was done with 2021 when, for a private list of reasons that irks my nerve to even rethink about. And then I was done with 2022 when Pop went to the hospital and had that major heart attack scare. And I was done, of course, with this year since, all year basically. And I really don't feel like I ever mentally got to another year, if that makes sense. I feel like this year is just an extension of last year to an extent. Like, we came into January of this year and it felt like the 13th month of 2023. I'm ready for 2023 to end because as a whole, it was just a mental headache, a nightmare, a roller coaster, and a year I really just don't want to relive at all again, honestly, because 2019 and 2023 are very closely related in chaos per se. I would never ever want to lose a loved one while I'm in the fourth quarter of a school year. Grandma's passing was during the summer break. It was June 16, 2019. And so, I didn't have to juggle a workload of academics with being in crisis at the same time. On the other hand, this time around this year, it was not the case. Life literally did not stop. And I still went to school throughout the week. I only missed the day Pop passed away and the day before his funeral. Those are the only 2 days out of the fourth quarter that I missed. And I went to school right after we buried him because it was testing season and I had to somehow make both family and academics a priority. As chewed and screwed as I was, I seriously have had no time to process 2023 in 2023. Like, that was the same even for 2019. I was literally in 2021 still processing 2019. I'm over 2020 because, pandemic year, we've come out of that. We're back in community. We're back into in-person worship and in-person things. And so I feel like I flew over 2020. It was just, it was hard for a little bit, but I feel like now that we're hitting the ground running and we're back to normal, then we're fine. I feel like this is my birthday all over again, and I let you guys in on some pretty honest and transparent sentiments that I felt as far as turning 17. I was seriously petrified because of how much a joke every single year has been, because I feel like it's always clickbait season. I always want to believe that it won't last forever, but when that's all that's happening in a consecutive amount of time every year, everything else that you try to believe that's contrary to that is a complete blur. And that's why I have nothing to predict or project for next year, because I know that if I make a wish list, I'm most likely going to be upset if something doesn't happen because something else unexpected happened. I'm just so proud of myself that I did not project or plan anything for this year, because God knew what he knew what was about to transpire. And I cannot imagine me being in grief while also suffering from disappointment of what I would have planned that did not happen. You know, being used to disappointment, heartbreak, inconsistency, betrayal, manipulation is something that I'm used to, which is unfortunate to say. But I see this post all the time, and it says it's time for people with good hearts to win. And I am here for it, because we get beat up the most. We work the most. We care the most. We give the most. We typically do what others won't. Good-hearted people are the people who have literally done nothing to anybody, but yet get treated the absolute worst by other people or just life events in general. And for me, of course, it'd be both. So that is me ready for 2023 to end. I'm not ready for 2024 for the exact same reason why I was an anxiety freak when I was turning 17. It's just like, okay, what's going to happen? How do I need to prepare? Like, I literally asked myself that question almost every day after Pop Pop passed away. Like, it's like, I've been traumatized already. What now? Like, and this is the battle. This is what I call the battle of theology and humanity, because it's like, theology, things will work out, you know, and then humanity is like, okay, well, since all this stuff has happened and you're telling me that things will work out, prove it to me. You know, show it to me. And then theology, again, is like having faith, which is believing before you see it. And then humanity is like, I must be secure in knowing what will happen so that I am mentally stable. Theology is trusting, humanity is overthinking. And I am at both, and it is a mind game. It is not okay. I'm sure that once I get into 2024, everything will go back to normal. I feel like I'm at the fair all over again from October. I'm at the bottom of the ride, slowly going up, and then everything's going to hit me at 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and then about a day or a week later, it's going to be okay. I just need to panic before, endure it as it happened, and then overcome the idea of everything that I just went through. Everything is all jumbled. That is how I feel. I am ready to leave this disgusting year, but not ready to turn a page because of another possible tragedy or plot twist. So we'll see how this next month goes. I'm not going anywhere, so of course you guys get to come on the journey with me. I love y'all so much, and the next vlog is weekend recap.